Alright, good morning. Hello to Ryuka, Liliaratum, Kalornicopicus, and Forsaken Mirage. Good morning, everyone. Tuning in bright and early here. Where we're having another sort of early start today because today is the day we're going to finish Heavensward. We're doing it today. We're finishing Heavensward. Big task that we have to do today. Alexander. The raid series, I think we still have 8 parts of Alexander to do. We have the Warring Triad trials to do. And then we have a tiny bit of story to do as well. So yes, we have stuff to do. Yes, we do. If anyone wants to join in for any of the raids or the trials, send me a message in-game, and you are, of course, welcome to join. We logged off in our in-room. I'm just going to send my dudes a way to do stuff to start us off, because why not? And then I think we're going to begin with Alexander raid. We're going to do some raids. Let's do some raids. Raid it up. And hopefully we can fit everything in today. I know it's a lot. That's a lot to do. But it seems like the Alexander raids are pretty short, so I'm kind of confident that we can do it. And then it sort of depends on how the Warring Triad is. Let me actually hop in the queue right the heck now. Oh, that's right. So on my White Mage, I actually got my White Mage to level 60. So I've got a level 60 White Mage. I did buy it the weapon just so it had something. But I need to go do a lot of White Mage quests, but we'll probably do that tomorrow to get Stone 3, Assize, Thin Air, Tetragrammaton, whole bunch of stuff that we need. Okay, Baru's going to join. Just needs to switch worlds. Okay, let's go to send our dudes to do training first. Lily will join later. Just going to watch for a bit. No problem. No problem. We're going to be... We got a lot of stuff to do today. So there'll be plenty of chances to jump in, methinks. Alright. But yeah, so actually that's my 4th job to 60. Combat job to 60. Not including the ones that come at 60. But yeah, we've got Monk, Dragoon, Samurai, Gunbreaker technically, White Mage, Dancer up there. Not bad. Not bad. Do I have any dailies to do? I have some mission allowance stuff I could maybe do. The Wand of Frost and the Brimstone, but whatever. Whatever. I think I've already done my leveling roulette as well. No, I haven't done my leveling roulette, but I did my daily MSQ. So, I did a little bit. You guys are just training. Haven't been using my squadron too much recently, but they're mostly there. Okay. We're good. Once Baru makes it across, we are good. Let me see. In terms of my stuff, I actually still do have this. The Alliance raid. I don't know if we'll bother doing these today. We might just skip them, to be honest. Oh, there's Baru. Baru's here. Literally right here. Woo. Hello. All right, let's do it. Alexander time. Fist of the Sun. Let's go. Boom. In an age when the miracle... No, this one. Although you succeeded in destroying the core of Gordius, it seems that was only a temporary measure. The walking fortress has stirred once more, and its left arm now rests on the banks of the Thaliac. The entrance lies open and unguarded, suggesting the goblins inside are as surprised as you. Take advantage of your enemy's unreadiness and face the Illuminati threat once more, hopefully for the last time. Ryuka might join after this dungeon. Awesome. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Baru's gonna be rocking the monk style. Oh yes. I'm looking forward to playing monk through Heavensward now. It's gonna be good. I like your weapons too. What are those called? Are they Tantra or something, or I don't know. What are those weapons? Like sort of the backwards held things. Reminds me a lot of Power Rangers for some reason. I don't know. Did one of the Power Rangers have weapons like that? Yeah, so for Stormblood, we're mostly going to play Monk and Samurai. We're going to be playing those two. Tonfas, that's the word. Yeah, they're Tonfas. Yeah, like Taffy has, right? Bing. We know what we can do. We could show off our emotes. Oh, yes. Monk style. I think our monk's actually looking really badass. I love this monk set, and I love these weapons. These weapons. This is like the first monk weapon I've been like, yes, that is awesome. That is so cool. Oh, wow. Gentlemanly pose. Oh, my. Could do squats. Kadomi's in the office today. Still needs to see Alexander too. Well, you'll get to see some of it today anyway. Well, actually, you'll get to see all of it if you want to watch. I might like the level 70 relic weapon for Monk. Okay. I mean, we'll see it when we get there. Alright, back to our Dragoon. What is our... What's our battle stance for Dragoon? We just stabbed Beru in the face. Sorry, Beru. My bad. Right in the face. That Dragoon victory animation is pretty great, though. Their relic weapon glowing. Ouch. Yeah, Beru said ouch. Not surprised. I mean, I guess while we wait in the queue, I could do some crafting. How about that? Or, well, I could do some buying. What do I need to make a Wand of Frost? Eye of Ice. Don't have any. Growth Formula Gamma. Don't have any. Oh, yikes. That sounds like a bit of a pain. Let's go buy the stuff to turn in for the other one. Okay. We have one tank. We're waiting for healers. I could almost do it on a healer. That would be a crafty way to do it, wouldn't it? Queue in as my level 60 white mage with no gear. I need brimstone. Do I have any brimstone? No. You just go mine it, but it's so much easier to be lazy, isn't it? Oh, they're actually super cheap. Hey, 850 for 10 high quality? That'll do. I've really been neglecting the rest of the crafting stuff. I realized that we still have the crafting thing to unlock for Heavensward. I guess we could go do that. We probably could go do that while we're waiting in the queue here. That actually might work. That actually might work. You know, I think we might go do that. Here, take my brimstone. Need some free mining XP. Take that Woot's mask that they brought me. And take this thing that they brought me as well. Okay, so, yeah. So long as it doesn't kick us out of the queue, we can absolutely go grab this. Man, it's super sunny today in Limsa. Wow, the ground is positively glowing. I think is it this thing right here? I think it's this thing right here. Recruitment notice. 5 beet soup. Notice reads, worker sought for the Firmament reconstruction project. In smaller letters it continues. Let it be known that large-scale reconstruction works aimed at revitalizing the Holy See of Ishgard have been approved by the House of Lords and Commons. Selected as the principal site for the project is Firmament District, which sustained extensive damage during the war. Willing and able hands are now sought to contribute to the reconstruction effort, regardless of birth and origin. From those skilled in gathering from the land to those adept at creating with their hands, the project's needs are great and diverse. Contributions will not go unrewarded. Interested parties are invited to present themselves in the Firmament. A man named Thomalin in the Broom will show you to the district. Okay. This may break us out of... Wait, where is he in the Broom? Oh, he's over here. I see. wonder if going into this zone will break us out of the queue. Hopefully not. Oh, don't tell me. I can't jump down over here. Are you serious? Boo. Right, we'll run around. Ah, bear's here already. Whee! Won't affect the queue? Excellent. Excellent. Well met, friend. Answering the call of the Firmament, are you? Wonderful, wonderful. Wait, I know you. You're the savior of Ishgard. Are you saying you'd contribute to the reconstruction project? Yes, I'm ready and willing. To think that a fabled hero such as you would help to rebuild our city. We're grateful beyond words. There is just one trifling matter. Do you perchance possess a work permit? It is a requirement for non-Ishgardians, you see. I'm the motherfucking warrior of light, goddammit. Is that so? As I recall, you were a ward of House Fortom, in which case perhaps an exception can be made. Alas, I don't have the authority to make such a decision. Well, I do, and I believe the permit can be overlooked in her case. Oh. Lord Overseer, that you should grace us again. Greetings, my friend. It's been quite a while. Indeed, I shouldn't be surprised if you've forgotten me. Oh, Francel, I don't forgot you. Of course I haven't forgotten you. Man, we saved your ass super hard in Kurthus. Honored am I that you should remember me. Much and more has happened since first we met, not least of all the war's end and Ishgard's transformation. Yeah, Francel's a good lad. Feels like an age ago that you and Lord Horshafon saved me from a heretic's fate. You'd proven your worth to me then. Even so, little did I expect you'd go on to save our entire nation. You did forget him? No. Aw, you forgot poor Francel. You are a hero to us all, and no amount of words could express my gratitude. No, only through action could I begin to repay the debt. Thus did I resolve to do my part for Ishgard, that I might honor those noble souls who risked life and limb to protect the nation, souls such as you and Lord Horshafon. And so, when an overseer was being sought for the restoration project, I put forth my candidacy as the representative of my house. Our workshops and engineers could be put to good use, I reasoned. You remember everything to do with Ishgard? Nice. It was by no means unanimous, but the Fury saw fit to see me elected to the office. Honored am I for this opportunity to serve the nation, and to redeem House Alienar's good name. Owing to the contribution of artisans hailing from far and wide, we've accomplished our goal of rebuilding the district. However, we are still short-handed in the area of administration, on account of which I've been performing such odd tasks as I could. Which is what brings me here today, as a matter of fact. I am about to go and survey our citizens in order to learn what they envision for the Firmament. If you could spare a moment, might I have the pleasure of your company? Well-travelled as you are, your opinion would be of great interest to me, and I believe folk would be more willing to share their thoughts with you. You have my gratitude. Without further ado then, let us take ourselves to the Jeweled Crozier. We are bound to find a diverse assortment of people there. Alright, cool. So we're going to the Jeweled Crozier. We can teleport there. Wait, Firmament is congested right now? Holy crap. Barry says Firmament's congested. It's like, it's full. Okay. Interesting. Holy shit. What is this place? Oh, this could take several minutes. No, we're almost there. We need one healer, one tank. For the next one, if we don't get anyone else joining, Barry, would you play healer next time? That might speed up the queues a bit. I'm actually thinking I might, I could even start playing healer in some of these soon as well. I could start playing white mage just for really fast queues. That'd be kind of sneaky. Kind of snaky. Lily will be on soon. Actually, okay, Barry, you're good. Lily's gonna join to heal. Ryuka is gonna be on as well. I don't know what role do you like to play, Ryuka? Try snipe. Yeah. Yeah, this is a fairly big key. There we go. Grand. It just popped. Excellent. Oh, I need to remember to eat my frumenty. Actually, I'm gonna run out of frumenty. Oh my goodness. I've eaten... Literally all my character has eaten for the last like month has been a tasty gruel of cracked wheat, raisins, and spices, boiled in all goat milk. It's basically porridge. It sounds actually alright. It's like raisin porridge with a bit of spices in it. It's not bad, actually. Wait, Razalith, was this you? Did you actually do this? That's hilarious. You queued up as well. Oh, Eminem's here. Oh shit, did this start a cutscene? No. Okay, teleported me in. Cool. That's hilarious. Frumenties for crafters? Yeah, I know. It's just for the XP buff. That's all. It's super easy to make frumenti. It's like the most convenient food to make. So it's a very quick way to get food buff. I guess you could just buy food as well, but whatever. I was like, the food buffs are more important for crafting. It's like, we're not struggling with any of this stuff, but we're struggling with crafting. So that was the logic. I will sort out food at some point so we get some actual good food. Wow, what the heck do we do here? Oh, we're being catapulted up. Oh, that's fun. Steam vents. The clevering. Faust and Faust. Okay. I'm not going to pop my big CDs until we actually get to the boss. No. It's gonna blow! Hummelfaust. I think this is the big boss. Actually, maybe not. Maybe he's just a normal enemy. Yeah, he's just a normal enemy, actually. This is a cool name, that's all. Door boss. The door boss. I like that. Oh, quick thinks. No, it's not quick thinks. Oh god. What is this? Single gobby, yeah. It's just one gobby. How bad can it be? I love these slides. Whee! Reverse slides. Woo! How fun. Rathinks Twinkledinks. Oh god. It's a Batman villain. So what is going on here? So you like have to power him up with certain things? Oh, now he's small again. Okay. Must have more goblixer. It's an addiction. So we have all the different sorts of goblixers. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, that's not good. Oh, everyone's dead. Oh god. Shoot. Well, we're all dead. That went well. What the hell is going on with this boss? So, my guess is that, like, you're supposed to bring him over to the injectors, like, in a certain order? But it's very unclear. Whee! Man, I love this slide. It's worth it just to do this slide a second time. It's so much fun. Maybe this is why the queue was so loud. Nobody wants to do it. Oh god, I started the fight. Oh, mistakes were made. Oh, I'm sorry. Ah! I was too eager. I was an eager beaver. One syringe turns you into a gorilla to put the bombs in the corner. Okay? That makes complete sense. I know exactly what you mean. So should I take some syringes? So he wants more goblixer. Okay. Someone's got a big thing on their head. That thing. Oh, that leaves poison on the ground. That's bad. So you could get a purple injection? Now it's gone. Someone must have taken it. Oh, he knocked me away. Ooh. Or was I gripped away? Maybe someone gripped me away. There's the shock therapy. That's what wiped us last time. Didn't wipe us this time, so someone did something. Boost. Boosted. Power of Cleverling. Okay. Ah! Oh god. Nani? Well, he just smashed the shit out of us. Like, is this fight like ridiculously hard, or do we just suck? Has to be a bird for that. Okay. So, okay, let's take a look here. So there's bird injections. There's strong injections. What are blue and green? And when did they appear? Okay, so that's the bird. Bird or strong? You can be bird or strong. I guess strong is to pick up the bombs, is it? Oh yeah, look, he's a gorilla. Baru's a gorilla. Baru threw the bombs away. What do green and blue do then? Oh, blue and green don't get used in normal. Ah, okay. Oh, so you need to touch the thing in the middle. Touching the thing in the middle activates the syringe. Okay. I see. I think that might kill us. They're close. Is he doing his boost thingy? Not yet. But when he does boost, you need to touch the thing in the middle. Oh, thanks. Let's see it. Let's see it. If he does it. Not done it yet. He's doing it now. Okay, so we need to touch the thing in the middle. We need to get bird. I'm a bird. What's this do? Oh, it turned me back. Oh, that was actually good timing. Cool. Cool. Wow, that boss was cool. That could be a lot of fun on harder difficulty with like getting 4 buffs at particular times. That could be a lot of fun. I'd like that one. Yeah, that'll be good. Commendation. Powell, you res me. Thank you. I need this, I need this, I need this, and I need this as well. I need all of those things. Yay. This is 50-50 in pugs. Yeah, I can see that. It definitely looks pretty tough. Well done, lass. You left those illuminati smarting without so much as a scratch to show for it. Now, I'm sure you'd like to finish them off. We would too, if truth be told. I'm sorry to say we have a problem. While Wedge and I were out on patrol, we saw something, you see. A meeting between Mida and the enemy. Oh my. Mida? Uh-oh. And then she handed the Codex fragment over just like that. The way she sauntered back into Alexander with the Illuminati, you'd think this was their plan all along. Certainly looks that way, aye. We can't rule out the possibility of coercion, considering the parties involved. He's becoming more Irish. It's great fun. Oh. Foolish uplanders. Treasure Hunter was happy to give Codex. And why not? She makes busy deals with Illuminati since very beginning. Oh my god. And now Illuminati hold all fragments of the Enigma Codex. Treasure Hunter betrays Uplander's trust and forfeits their future in so doing. What a load of bollocks. How daft does he think we are? Now, Biggs, if the Grand Master of the Illuminati said it, it must be true. Everything's as written. Oh no, he's Irish. I'm Irish too now, as it must be. If Illuminati are to guide chosen to perfect world, not one piece can be out of place. With this, another page becomes reality. When Illuminati find missing piece, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Everyone's Irish now. Oh god. What's happened? Goodness me, that goblin hasn't the faintest idea how Uplanders' minds work. I would have been prepared to believe that Mida was a traitor had he not bothered to come here and confirm it. Now I'm inclined to think that she isn't. I agree, actually, yeah. When the game tries this hard to tell you someone's a traitor, it means they're not. There may be truth to what Quickthink says. Backrix scours over data looking for knowings of what happened 3 years ago. Yeah, we're doing all of Alex today. Probably just in a row now, right now. Backrix finds mention of group of Ori treasure hunters. 3 years ago, group went to investigate ruins near Thaliak River, only to perish in sudden shivery shakes. 3 years ago, you say? That wouldn't be the earthquake that accompanied the fail in summoning of that primal, would it? Bugger me. Are you saying it was their treasure hunters doing the summoning, and that Mida was one of them? Now, hold on a moment. I'm willing to accept that Mida may have been a member of this doomed expedition, she being an Ori treasure hunter and all. I fail to see what interest such a group would have in the ideals of the Enigma Codex, let alone summoning a primal. But yeah, today we're going to do all of Alexander. We are going to hopefully do all of the Warring Triad, and then we're also going to finish the last bit of questing. Finish everything, basically. Such question was Backrix asked himself. So he spends much time gathering knowings, finds answer in book lent to him by Charlatan Uplander. Genius technologist who writes Enigma Codex over 100 years ago is Ori Zayla with blue hair, exactly like Mida. No, Mida would never make busy deals with bad gobbies. Roundrock searches for Mida, hears truth from her. Roundrocks, wait. That would be an ecumenical matter. Damn gets it. That would be an ecumenical matter. Okay. Press on to Alexander's depths. Ah, Lily. Yes. Oh, I can't invite you while I'm in the chat thingy. If you're worried about Roundrocks, don't be. Wedge won't let her come to any harm. Truth be told, I'm more worried about this business with Mida. Still, we should be careful of making any rash decisions. As you can bet, that's what the Illuminati want. For now, I reckon we should give her the benefit of the doubt. Innocent till proven guilty and all that. Anyway, we've got more pressing matters to deal with. Namely, taking back that Codex fragment and pushing on into Alexander before the Illuminati have a chance to shore up their defenses. You ready for another round? Oh, good. The sooner you get going, the better, I reckon. Oh, and when you're in the belly of the beast, be sure and break something for me, eh? Wait. The Cuff of the Sun. Laurentia. Access to the Cuff of the Sun. Okay, thanks. Biggs, let me free. Oh my god. Lily. Send friend request. Invite to party as well. All the things. Hello. Hello, everyone. Oh, I like your, oh, this is Black Mage. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let's do this. Chums. The Cuff of the Sun. And we're ready instant. Haha! Healer cues. With Lily. But yeah, we're ambitious today with our goals to do all of this stuff, but I think it's doable. Like the Alexander raids, they all seem to take about 10-15 minutes. So it's not too bad. And we can just sort of blast through them. I'm not sure how long the Warring Triad stuff will take, but I imagine it probably won't take crazy long. The story will take longer than the raids? Yeah, that's what I figure. The biggest thing is going to be the cutscenes between everything. That's going to be what slows us down, really. Ooh, we're going down a... Whee! Oh my god. Or like if we wipe on these fights, that will also slow us down too, like last time. What is this? We have to fight through like multiple floors of these guys? Interesting. Vortexer. This is Blaster. Warning, warning. Uplanded detector. Oh god. So they put little mines down, don't stand on the mines. I could get sketchy when we're dodging stuff. Oh, he almost knocked me off. I guess the only reason I didn't is there's an invisible wall. Oh, I can't move. Oh, I'm paralyzed. Oh, I see. I'm paralyzed. What did I drop over there? Mirage? Oh god. What is that? Okay, we beat him. On to the next one. This one is Brawler. Oops, I did the wrong move. Well. He's doing like this power-up thing? What's he do with it? Oh god! Oh my lord! Big lasers! That's what he does, really big lasers. Oh shit. Zoom out. Yeah, he does big lasers. That's his jam. Alright, on to the next one. Swindler. There's something on the floor. What is this? Height? Height error? No idea what's happening. This music is so good. Yeah, I know, right? Bioarithmetics. Okay, there's some laser thingy. That looks like something I don't want to touch. I'm not sure. This one's all about looking at the environment. Okay. And this is Vortexer. Super Cyclone. Oh, don't get knocked off. Electros. Or cold. He's almost dead, actually. We're doing grand. Super Cyclone again. Oh, he's too quick for me. Shit. Okay, there's big ice cube, so I assume we have to hide behind that for something, but I think he's just dead. I think we're done. Cool, that went well. Oh my god, look at that little Lalafell guy we got with us. Koji and Soken did the vocals for the song? Really? Oh wow. Good on them. Look at this guy. Shishinderu Oman Wamu. Ah, Nubkeks. You haven't seen Round Rocks, have you? I was looking forward to hearing about the new treasure she's found. Omida's back. Okay. I see. Well, I will not lie to you. Some of it is true. I did meet with the Illuminati. That's not the whole story. Allow me to explain. Okay. Ryuka's coming. Oh no, there's a big queue. Oh shit. Well, there's cutscenes. Maybe you can get in. My inventory's full. Oh, is it? I'll check. You're saying you handed over the Codex fragment to stop the Illuminati from coming here and taking it? Kind of makes sense. Yes, but the fragment I handed over to them was naught but a stone picked from a pile of rubble. The true Codex fragment is here, safe and sound. Sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. I bloody knew Quick Thinks was lying. The way he told it, you'd been working with the Illuminati all along. Load of old bilged, a lot of it. I am afraid not. Quick Things told you true. In fact, it was I who first taught the goblins how to summon the primal. I meant only to use them for my own ends, of course, much as I did you. Mida, what? Don't believe it. The author of the Enigma Codex is an ancestor of mine. The creation of the so-called perfect world proposed within it has long been the goal of certain members of our tribe, myself included. For years, we strove in secret to realize its high ideals, free of the twisted elitism which seems to have infected the Illuminati. During that time, there was one who served as our leader, a man who made us believe that our perfect world was within reach, a man with whom I fell in love. I wished for nothing more than to see his dreams come to fruition. Touch your scars. Ooh. So blind is my devotion, I agreed to help him summon a primal without a second thought. The danger to our lives never even crossed my mind, but on that day, 3 years ago, I came to know the folly of our mission. They summoned a perfect cone. In an instant, the infernal machine laid waste to our hopes, snuffing out the lives of my companions. The man I loved was dragged into its core. In a last desperate attempt to make right our mistake, I called forth a barrier with which to seal Alexander. At that moment, however, the codex shattered and the Colossus vanished without a trace. Ah, the codex was the cone. When the dust settled, I found myself surrounded by the broken fragments of the codex, the cold, accusing remnants of our dream of a perfect world. That ground texture, though. Oof. Oof. We were fools to think only of the future. I did not realize it until my friends were gone. But the time we spent on our journey together, pursuing a shared dream, those moments were as precious as any paradise we could have hoped to build. PS3, yeah, very true. Very true. This is on PS3. It's a sad old tale, I'll give you that. Doesn't explain why you had the Illuminati summoned a primal, why you had us help you infiltrate it. After everything you've been through, you can't seriously think any good will come of reviving Alexander. All but said as much yourself. Nearly out of the PS3 era. Whoop whoop. I'm hyped. I'm hyped to be out free of PS3. Good has nothing to do with it. Understand, I did not act out of any lingering adherence to my old ideals. I simply wanted to see him again, and perhaps walk to the ends of the world with him. The ground texture here looks okay, actually. Look at that. Like, it looks decent. Him. Like, it's not amazing at all, but it's alright. Oh, is your husband the robot now? Mida cannot mean Alexander. Not Alexander itself, but the soul I believe still resides within. Soul of Uplander sleeps in giant machine? Never has Backrex heard such unsense. Mida must abandon this. Now's not the time. I've got one more question to ask you. What happens when all the codex fragments are brought together? Alexander was born from hearts that yearned for a perfect world. The writings of the Enigma Codex inspired such a desire, but they are more than just a collection of text. The Codex can also be used to control the primal. To be precise, 2 elements are required, a complete Enigma Codex and one capable of reading it. When both are present, Alexander can be commanded to transport its residents wherever they choose. I myself was once able to read the Codex, but those days are long gone. Now the fragments are as dead to me as the stones beneath my feet. There is another, however, to whom the Codex still responds. One we all know quite well. Yeah, trying to control the primal always works out well. Never goes wrong. What, round rocks? You saying that little girl is the key to controlling the bleeding primal? Pant, pant, huff, huff, Round Rocks is dead. Round Rocks has been captured. Unprecedented turn of events. Okay. Curse me for a fool. I should have known better than to underestimate the Illuminati. I assumed the missing piece in their plan was the Codex fragment, but they were talking about Round Rocks all along. We must mount a rescue, now, without delay. To the Illuminati, she's no better than a cog in that monstrous machine. It is like that she is being held somewhere or in or close to Alexander's upper body. Continue your push to the left arm, and while the Illuminati are distracted, I'll search for a way forward. Yes, ma'am. The arm of the sun. So, we've had father, son, what's next? Grandson, I guess? Probably grandson. The grandson. The nephew. You press further into the depths of the primal, return to be greeted by Mida, who confesses that while the story of her past is true, the fragment... Okay, okay, yeah, grand. Round Rocks is captured. Disaster strikes. Get our fashion accessories. Yeah, this one. Unfortunately, my spear clips through. That's a cool weapon. Yo, look at that. Yo. Nice weapon. Yeah, I really like the fashion accessories. Oh, is that level 80 relic this? Black Mage Relic? That's really fun. I like that. It's finished. Ooh, top level. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, not many of the level 80 relics look good? Really? Oh. Replica Augmented Laws Order Spear. Ooh, is this the Dragoon one? Well, obviously it's the Dragoon one. Does it glow? Oh, it does. Oh, that's a fun glow. Oh, that's quite a dramatic glow. I like that. Fing! A bit of lens flare on your spear. It actually matches my set really well, too. Interesting. That one is the penultimate step? Okay. If you have a glowy weapon, you can force it to glow while sheathed by drawing it and immediately sitting. Really? Let's try that. So if I put this away. Ooh. Oh, nice. Beru. Is that the white mage relic? So is that that's what Laurentia did, right? To make hers glow on her back. I guess it doesn't normally glow on her back. How interesting. That's a good little trick. The arm of the sun. Oh, you can hear the music twice? Whoops. Wait. Does everyone have their own exhaust duct? I want exhaust duct alpha, because I'm an alpha. Yeah. I'm the alpha male. Whee! I'm on this side now. Ow, these are spikes. I'm gonna take alpha again, because I'm an alpha male. I'm not gonna take alpha. I'm gonna take alpha again. Okay, this map is insane. What the fuck is going on? This is great. Whee! Run over these spikes. Baller. Oh, do we need the others to be here? I'm not sure. And there's like a full city in here. It's super cool. Fly into the fight. Boom! Arriving in style, boys. Arriving in style. Zoom doom. Okay, there's a fire square in the corner. There's spikes all over the ground. Wait, he just took people. He just stole my friends. Well, they're locked into a corner. Oh god. Good luck, guys. They're free. Alright, I'm gonna try to get taken away next time. That looks fun. Oh, Ryuka can't get on? No. Maybe you'll make it for Warring Triad stuff later. Wait, the cat just spawned in? Meow? Man, the cat is sending love hearts. Did it just power the boss up or something? With love? The power of love? So I guess we have to stop the love hearts reaching. Oh wait, there's a giant ball rolling around now. Oh, it's coming straight for us. Well, that looks not good. Is he gonna kidnap people? Kidnap me. Take me. I don't think I was supposed to get hit by that. He got me. Oh no. We're going to the ice square. Two men enter, one man leaves. Am I gonna die? My tank is frozen or something. It's not good. Nah, we're wrecking it. Easy. Lily, no! I'll save you, Lily! Oh. He only takes 2 people. Okay. Boom. Take that, quick thinks. The electrocution gallery is no longer sealed. Ah! What a name. Oh, he just blew up? Ah, he's probably not dead, though. Probably not dead. I should check my poetics. We might actually end up overcapping if we're not careful here. Oh no, only 700. Ah, we're fine. Commendation for Mea Culpa. Mea Culpa Lunamara. I need this. Insufficient inventory space. Oh. I need this. I need this. And, discard that. I need this too. Okay. Our inventory is in a bad way. Oh dear. Hearts can go terribly wrong, but we got through the phase fast enough. We did. Yeah, the inventory's not in the best state it's ever been in, huh? Can I desynth these? I can, I think. I just don't have enough space. Here we go. I can put some materia away. That will help. Void matter, sure. Got that Umbrite. Man, all this Gordian stuff is crazy. Decent that. Earth crystal, fire crystal. The old inventory still struggling there. It's fine for now, hopefully. Uplander sends quick things scurrying. Illuminati think twice before threatening us again. Uplander's nearly through left arm. Next, Uplander must push it forward into inner parts and save Round Rocks. Let's do it. Congratulations on your victory over Quick Things. While you were busy dismantling his flying machine, I finished charting Alexander's interior. The chamber you reached is situated in the innermost part of the left sector, which means your next aim should be...
Backrix does not trust Treasure Hunter. 3 years ago she summoned Metal Giant. Backrix wonders if she still wishes to finish mission of dead comrades.
It's a good question, Backrix. Good question. I do not blame you for doubting me. Truth be told, my former mentors often stressed that they were unable, that were the unthinkable to happen, it would be my burden, as the youngest, to carry on their work. But building the Codex's perfect world was their dream, not mine. I only borrowed it. As long as I was with those I held dear, I could happily have devoted myself to any cause. Seeing their passion, their joy, that was what filled me with resolve, and it was that which drove me to collect the pieces of the Codex. All their talk of learning and reason, of justice and perfection, meant little to me in itself. Okay. I sometimes wonder why I was able to read the Enigma Codex in the first place. Mayhap it was because my youthful mind was a blank slate, receptive to any ideal if you put it convincingly enough. In the end, it didn't matter. The Primal took my friends' passion, their joy, their idealism, and ground them into dust. Though I survived, my commitment to the cause did not. Put simply, I'd no need for a perfect world without them to share it. So believe me when I tell you, I did not seek Alexander's return to realize the dreams of the dead. I only wished to see him again. Aww.
Meaning your leader.
The section of Alexander you've been exploring is called Midas, after a king from Legends of Eld. Huh. Midas entreated the gods for a finger that would turn all he touched into gold, and that the gods duly obliged. But in his carelessness he transformed the one he loved most in the world into a lifeless golden statue, and thus the thing he coveted became his undoing. So it was with me and mine. Had we but paused for a moment to consider the means and not simply the end, mayhap my friends would still be alive, but we did not, and they are gone. My one remaining wish is simple, to speak with the man I love once more. If I could do that, I would be satisfied. There, I've told you everything. Assuming no one else wishes to question my motives, I'd speak of Randrox's rescue, as was my original intent. Now, listen well. So, if she's like 100 years old, how come she's still really young? Alexander is divided into 3 main sections, each powered by an independent core. You've already fought your way through to the innermost part of Midas, the left arm. The core lies only a little way beyond, but you may be sure that the Illuminati have deployed the bulk of their forces to defend it. Hold on a minute. Why would they choose to keep Randrox there? The cores are just power sources. You are correct, and the answer is they wouldn't. Randrox is most likely being held within Alexander's upper body, but the Illuminati have locked the entrances from either arm, making it impossible to enter. Our only choice is to stop the core, and in so doing, stop Alexander. I see. Why, that's actually rather clever. The Illuminati need Randrox to control the Primal, but if it can't move, they'd have no need for her. At the very least, they'd have no choice but to keep her safe until the Primal's in working order again. Ah, that is clever. Okay, I get it.
Activating those cores would have used up every crystal the Illuminati had. If we destroyed a second one, I doubt they'll have enough to get them operational again.
Big brain, big plans.
Do Uplanders truly think Metal Giant can be toppled?
Alright, toppling the tyrant. Let's go.
Treasure Hunter truly believes Soul of Lost Love sleeps in Metal Giant. Madness! But Backrix does not doubt resolve to rescue Roundrocks. Go with Mida deep into Midas and deactivate second core, but do not underestimate Illuminati. Day and night they bring supplies into Steel Fortress. Backrix suspects Illuminati are tinker making new weapons.
Burden of the Sun. Cool. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Oh no, are you close, Ryuka? Oh, I'm sure we'll do this again, I'm sure. We'll be doing this again. Oh, I was wondering that. Okay. Look north on the transition. Okay. Burden is an archaic word for shoulder. I was wondering that because it was like it's whatever. Like fist, cuff, arm, burden? I was like, huh? Okay, burden is a word for shoulder. Okay. I think it's sort of a reference like the sins of the father or something, you know? The burden of the father, the sins of the father, sins of the son. Turn the music up, the music's maxed. It is maxed. Music is maximum. Onslaughter. Mega Beam. Perpetual Ray. Pay attention to the group victory pose at the end. Okay. Have fun. He's almost dead. No, this is not the boss. Execution. Lily, no! Brawler and Vortexer. Both our friends are back for more. Oh, this guy's back. Fighting all the old dudes. Blaster. This is very cool. I like this. My. Was that a look north? I don't know. Is this the transition? New protocol. Preparing link. Begin synchronization. They gonna form a Megazord? Oh my. Oh dude. It's a Megazord. Amazing. Actual Megazord. Ah! Double rocket punch, when one rocket punch just isn't enough. Apocalyptic ray. Super jump. Boom. Oops, this way. I like he shoots all these rockets and stuff. A little double rocket punch again. Oh god. Fun. That was cool. That was very cool. I love the Megazord thing. So much fun. Nice. I like the dancer weapons there too. So what was it about the victory pose? Is that like a reference to Power Rangers or something? Wait, did we skip a phase? Oh no, did we? Kamzia, good job. I need this, and I need this, and I need this, and I need this as well. I need all of these. These are all for me. I don't know what they do, but they're all for me. They are all for me. He was about to fly apart. Oh. He would like break into his different parts and they'd all use their special abilities individually. Oh, that would be cool. Oh no. Ah well. We'll just have to imagine we saw it, I guess. I think we'll just move on to the next chunk of Alexander stuff like right now. Let's just get it done. The second core, I do believe. Once that's out of commission, Alexander won't be going anywhere. You're saying the Warring Triad doesn't really tie in particularly anywhere in the story, does it? Dayan, would that I could see you just once more. In a way it does. Farewell, my love. The boss is a reference to Power Rangers and Transformers, to Super Sentai and Combaticons. Like, we don't need to do the Warring Triad before we finish, like, the main story, right? For Heavensward. He lives! You! Never saw him surviving. Crazy. Too frightened to face us alone, I see. Not that I blame you. We all know what Nubkeks did to you last time. It's relevant for Shadowbringer stuff. Oh, cool. Well, we're gonna do it, but... To usher in the future has ever been writ. Even strongest Gobby must sometimes pretend to be weak and let enemies win.
Oh, pretending, were ya? I suppose losing this core was all part of your plan. Don't make me laugh. You know as much about the future as we do. Quick Thinks knows all. For example, Quick Thinks knows one among Uplanders carries true fragment of Enigma Codex.
Seems the game's up, Biggs. There's no hiding the truth from Quick Thinks. Very well, I admit it. I have the fragment, but I won't be handing it over to the likes of you.
Oi, Wedge, didn't you hear him? He knows all. Which means he knows what you're carrying's a worthless rock, while I've got a genuine article tucked away in me small clothes.
I don't even want it. Nice. Nice.
Shh, Quick Thinks already knows conclusions of Uplanders' childish games.
He's coming for me.
What's he waiting for? Long ago was outcome decided. Uplanders think they are victorious, but luck is no friend to them today.
What? How did he know?
And now Enigma Codex belongs to Illuminati. All pieces fall into our hands.
How did he know? Oh, well, I'm not planning to skip any of the raids or the trials. I'm just like, do I need to do them before hitting certain points of the story? And it sounds like I don't, really. So that's good.
Far as I can make out, the thing's in good working order. No damage, no signs of tampering. I can only think it was an energy fluctuation that did it. Just bad luck.
Bad luck? You're saying it was pure chance that the platform stopped at that exact moment? Then what about Quick Thinks? There is no way he could have predicted something like that. The odds would be infinitesimal. Well, however he did it, the fact remains that he did. But that doesn't mean we have to stand for it. When someone takes something from you, you just have to take it back.
Okay.
Yeah, it basically just means that, so today we'll finish Alexander, then we'll finish the MSQ, and then we'll move on to Warring Triad stuff. Just in case we run out of time. We'll have time for the Warring Triad. Like, just in case. We you know, if it's somehow we don't have enough time to finish it, then we can finish that off tomorrow. But we should finish it, though.
Do Uplanders forget something? Matters are too urgent for such foolish doings. What? Tongue flaps of Uplander make Backrix almost to laugh. Uplander claims already to have stopped core and lost fragment to Quick Thinks. Look here, Uplander. Backrix has brain case like steel trap, catching all heard things, all seen things, and he saw Uplanders leave but few moments ago. Shh, Backrix senses something is amiss.
There's time manipulation going on, one step behind. Oh. Interesting. Oh, is that you? Is Sakura? Is that you, Ryuka? Behind his impassive mask, you sense that Backrix is eyeing you and your comrades with no small amount of suspicion. Okay, I'll invite you after the talky bit. Backrix is certain Uplanders left for Metal Giant only moments before returning. He watches Uplanders disappear over horizon with own 2 eyes. Nice umbrella, though. But it is impossible to return so soon if Uplanders' tale is true. Why Treasure Hunter also makes such claims Backrix does not know. Go, Uplander. Trade tongue flaps with Mida. Together think of explanation. Beep. Join the group. Have you been able to make any sense of Backrix's account? According to his version, that's why she's young. His version of events, we would scarcely have had time to reach the core, much less shut it down. But we were all there. We all know what happened. There's time travel stuff going on. Are you sure she's not just confused? Maybe he got lost in all that data of his and forgot the time. I'm afraid not. That is, unless the goblin standing watch near Alexander was also confused. His reports corroborate Backrix's. No, something else is going on here. I'm certain of it. Question is, what? If we assume for a moment that the goblin's accounts are true, then hardly any time has passed since we entered the barrier around Alexander. Interesting. Yo, Mida, what year is it? Time stopped? Impossible. No, I think she said she's like 100 years old, so she knows 100 years has passed. Impossible? You mean like Quicktink's predicting exactly what was going to happen in the core room? I hate to say it, but maybe he wasn't talking out of his arse. If time doesn't work the same in there, maybe he saw the future. Dun dun dun. There may be another explanation for that. There's a device deep within Alexander capable of performing complex mathematical calculations. It's not outside the realm of possibility. It could be used to predict the outcome of simple events. Ah. Power of mathematics. Using mathematics to predict the future. Now even if I could believe that, it wouldn't explain this business with Backrix. True. Biggs is right. Perhaps the presence of the primal somehow disrupted the flow of time within the barrier. It's only a theory, of course, and a far-fetched one at that. It might go some way towards explaining recent events. It's like, what? Mathematics could explain something? Ludicrous. Clearly a primal disrupted the flow. They reversed the polarity of the time flow. Obviously. Obviously. To be clear, you are implying that the Illuminati are aware of this temporal disruption and have been using it to somehow gaze into the future. Very well. If you're willing to accept that, why not go further? Might it not be the case that they found a way to bend time to their will? Dun dun dun. By moving back and forth in time, the Illuminati could effectively manipulate the present however they saw fit. They'd ever remain one step ahead of us, our every effort doomed to fail from the first. Now that's a sobering theory, but it's only a theory, right? There's no point panicking just yet. Wedge, give the chief a call on your link, Pearl, why don't you? If anyone knows how to untangle this knot, it's him. Chief, it's me. It's about Alexander. We've noticed something strange about time inside the primal. What? No, not our time inside the primal, the time. I mean time itself. Chief, it might be best if you just came here. Aye, aye, we'll await your arrival. Noticed something strange about our time inside the primal. Nice. Time itself. We're just missing a Lich server representative to have all of them covered? Really? Oh, we've got... Odin, Phoenix, Shiva, Twintania, and then me, Zodiark. Yeah, we've got all the servers. That's fun. That is fun. Wait for Sid to arrive.
Is that a heated debate I hear? Boys, you started without me. Now, what was that you were saying over the link, Pearl? Something about running out of time? Sid insisted that I accompany him, though I would have come even had he not. Matters have taken a turn for the worse, I gather. Say that again. You can say that again. Now Sid's predicting the future. He knew I was going to say that. I knew he was going to say it. Oh my. The etheric fluctuations are akin to those I observed shortly before the Primal's awakening. In the absence of a functioning core, its form is dissipating, albeit slowly. Ishtola, would you mind lending me your goggles for a moment? It can't hurt to have a second opinion. Oh yeah, can she even use her goggles now that she has like weird ether eyes? Are they just for show? Like, does she have, like, inbuilt goggles in her eyes? What in the seven hells? The ether pouring from the primals flowing backwards? As if time were passing in reverse. This cannot be. Such a phenomenon is wholly without precedent. Knowing so little of this primal's capabilities, however, it would be remiss to discount the possibility outright. If it is as we fear, then at this very moment, Alexander could be undoing our efforts to shut down its cores. All of our labors will have been for naught. Yo, he just rewound it? Nice. Ah, the treasure hunter of whom we've heard so much. You seem unperturbed by our outlandish speculations. Was this perchance the subject of Wedge's communication? Yes. Precisely. Gods help us. If there's any truth to this, it won't matter how many cores we disable. The Illuminati will simply undo any damage we cause. Then what do we do, Chief? How do we even begin to fight something like that? We go in and we just commit genocide of the goblins. Easy. If they're all dead, they can't undo anything. We smart. To erase the past, to return to a clean slate. Could Dayan have known? That's a ominous looking device. Oh, look. Ooh. Is that Brayflox all tied up there? I think it is. Oh, someone asked earlier if we did Brayflox Longstop's hard difficulty. We actually haven't. So we missed that. I think someone was. I think you said it before a few days, like whatever, a couple of weeks ago. I think people were mentioning that Brayflox Longstop Hard was where you meet the Illuminati and it's about like cheese or something. Who knows? Preparations for restoration of Enigma Codex are complete. Calculations show margin of error for future readings is 0.03%. Shh, foolish copy. When future is decided, there is no error. There is no failure. Listen well, chosen of Illuminati. At last, all pieces are in place. No longer must wise suffer foolishness of unwise. Time has come to backstrike. Inferiors will make way for perfect world or die. Now, restore Enigma Codex.
There's so many holes in that codex. How does that one little rock fix it? Magic is how. Okay, magic. What are they doing to Brave Flocks? Oh no, that's not Brave Flocks. That's this little girl who can read the codex. That's Round Rocks. I'm just racist. They all look the same. I'm sorry.
Now is Alexander's Illuminati to control. Soon will course be disabled by uplanders be disabled no longer. Reverse time. Engage.
I feel like this is like so many different movies combined into one. Like this is like Star Wars. This is very Star Trek as well. So many references. It's great.
Once power flows to third core, Alexander will be fully operational. With third core will its true potential awaken. Wings of time will unfurl. All of history will be at mercy of Illuminati. Chosen ones will amend mistakes of past. Reshape world into perfection. At last, prophecies of Enigma Codex will be fulfilled. And Quick thinks all thoughts will rule as king of new world, of correct world. Chosen ones, menders of history, be proud to serve as builders of this paradise.
I'm proud. So cool. So good. Alright. Hell yeah. Ishtola and the chief have returned to Matoya's cave. Don't worry, between them, they're sure to find the answer to our problems. If it isn't waiting on a shelf in the Charlayan annals, will be in some forgotten corner of the chief's brain. You mark my words. The next time we meet Quick Thinks, we'll be ready for him. Adventurer, there's something I'd like to discuss with you. Mayhap it would be best to wait until we're safely back at the shortstop. I'll see you there. Okay. It's like literally 1 foot away. Okay, fine. I suppose I should start by apologizing for everything. Were it not for me, the Illuminati would never have summoned that infernal machine, or gained the means to control it. And now, Quick Thinks possesses the power to manipulate time, to foresee the future and erase the past. I dare not think how he will use it. Returning the cores to their former state was but a foretaste. When all three are active and Alexander can traverse both time and space, nothing will stand between the Illuminati and their twisted utopia. We cannot let it come to that, Nubkeks. Somehow we must find a way to stop them. But first we must rescue Round Rocks. Of all the innocent victims of this sorry tale, her plight pains me the most. The shortstop just isn't the same without her. I hope someone will keep her treasure safe until she returns. Adventurer, you come at an opportune moment. It would seem we have a visitor. I was pacing about, thinking of Round Rocks, when something in the shadows drew my eye. What? I caught only a brief glimpse, but it bore an uncanny resemblance to Quick Thinks' constant companion. Shanoa, was it? If the Coral's here, there's a good chance her Illuminati keepers are close by. We best track her down and quickly. Follow me. Oh, we're gonna track the cat? Okay, interesting. I'm gonna be back in 1 second. I'm just gonna grab my lunch. Lunch is cooked. I got a message about it. Be right back. Okay. Oh, interesting. I don't think it's stated in-game, but Alexander is bigger on the inside than on the outside. Ah, which is a lore thingy. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Here's the kitten. Over there. So the kitten's alone? How strange. Uplanders, what are all these snap crashings and... An illuminati spy, sent by Quickthings to observe our movements like as not. Given the sizable disadvantage at which we find ourselves, we thought it best to relieve him of duty. Nice. What's up with the cat, though? He spent his final moments babbling about all the Illuminati's deranged schemes, claimed that once the final core was activated and Alexander fully operational, the fortress would gain the power to travel through time, taking them along with it. That's fun. He thinks Quickthings is a prophet. A traveler from the far future come to the present to return history to its proper state. Oh, a Doctor Who reference? Nice. That makes sense. Quite cartoony. I like that. Aye, and that's not the half of it. According to him, the battle for history has already been won, and not by us. For the future is writ in the Enigma Codex, and we but play our roles in it. Quickthings, a traveler from the future. That would certainly explain how he was able to anticipate our every move, but could it be that he's already conquered the world of tomorrow? Have all our efforts been in vain? Tongue flaps of crazed Illuminati make brain case hurt. Having settled upon a plan of action, Sid and I were in the process of making our final preparations with Master Matoya when this kitten scampered in, mewing as if to beckon us. We duly followed her, and she led us here, much to the dismay of the fellow at our feet. Wait, the cat is betraying them? What? I'm not one to look a gift coral in the mouth, but something about all of this doesn't sit right with me. She's been at Quickthings' side, make that on his bloody head every step of the way, and now she decides to betray her keepers? If the cat could speak our tongue, I'd have a question or two for her, maybe even 3. How odd. I can't believe I'm even considering this. Then it wouldn't be the strangest thing I've heard today. You there, cat. You're Shinoa. Quickthings' little familiar, aren't you? 2 mews for yeah, 1 for nay. Okay. Mew, mew. Do you want to go home? Mew. No.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Hey, Kid Cougar, thanks for gifting that sub, and welcome Jedrak84 to the sub club. A moment, Uplanders. Tongue flaps of Roundrox come to Backrix's brain case. 3 years ago, when Roundrox found Codex Splinterstone, Roundrox says Black Coral Child is there, onlooking. Backrix thinks nothing of this then, but now... Dun dun dun. You mean to imply that Shinoa here was present when we attempted the summoning? I very much doubt that. If she were a kitten 3 years ago, she'd be a fully grown coral by now. Unless, that is, she took a shortcut through time. An implausible theory, I grant you, but one we cannot well dismiss in light of recent events. If true, it would raise a still more troubling possibility,
that Roundrox's discovery of the Codex was no mere coincidence, but an event orchestrated by Quick Things to further his own ends. What? Okay. Oh, this just gets better and better. Look, whatever's going on here, we're not like to find out by standing around talking. We need to delve deeper into that fortress. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Hmm. Okay, so Wedge has an invention that will let us get into the fortress. Cool. Cool. To travel back in time and set past wrongs right, who could resist such temptation, and how grievous the consequences of surrendering to it? For in allowing the past to consume us, and making our every choice, our every action the correct one, would we not cease to live in the present, and in turn lose sight of the future? 'Tis a path not to redemption, but to madness. Very wise. Okay, let's go. I thought like they must have, whoever wrote this expansion must have got a cat or something, because like there was Kate Sith in the Alliance raids, now there's the Shinoa cat in this raid. Like, there's cats showing up all over the place. Catkex, all fired up and ready to go, are we? I'd best hurry up and brief you on the task at hand. In a nutshell, we'll be attacking the Primal on two fronts. As we speak, Ishtola is leading an attempt to cut off the Primal's source of ether. Our job, meanwhile, will be to head into the belly of the beast and rescue young Roundrox. Without her to view the Enigma Codex for him, the Illuminati won't be able to turn back time anymore, giving us a fighting chance of beating the bastards. Chief reckons the shortest path is through the giant's great fat noggin, only problem being that it's inside the barrier. Not to worry though, Wedge's latest wonder will take care of that. He's dubbed it the BBG-2, which he tells me is short for Barrier Be Gone. Of course, the barrier doesn't just serve to keep folk out, also keeps the Primal in. That being why Mida and her mates raised the bleeding thing in the first place. So the moment it goes down, there'll be nothing to stop the Colossus from running rampant if it has a mind to. Which means we're gonna need to move fast. The Chief will take the Excelsior in as close as he can to Alexander's head, where you'll jump off and secure us away inside. Wasting no time, you can then climb back aboard, and Wedge will re-engage the barrier, all before our metal friend even knows what's happening. Got it? Good. We got our work cut out for us. Let's get going. The eyes of the creator. Wait, the heroine of the story is even a cat? Wait, what? What? Oh my god. Oh shit, you are right. Crazy. Alright, Alexander, the eyes of the creator. Let's go. And we're straight in. Let's go. Time to deactivate the barrier. The cat conspiracy goes deeper than we thought. It does. Let's do it. Boom.
Whee! Whoa, this is fun. Woo! The smoke is too thick. Look at this guy. Faust Z. Wait, Baru, how did Baru die? Oh no, Baru. Cranial hatch. Oh my. What the fuck is that? That doesn't look like anything we've seen in here. Ingress. He died really Faust. Oh god. Refurbisher 0? Stockpile. Dragging in these corpses? Yeah, he did. Oh, he's got an arm now. Oh, hello. Scrap machine reset. So they're killing stuff in that corner, I think. That's what we're doing. Main hull reassembly. Left hull reassembly. Oh, that floor is now covered in lava. That's a bit worrying. Oh, the floor's back. Okay. No worries there. Scrap first. We're supposed to hide? I think so. Now this side is lighting up. Okay, someone's picking up a power generator. Oh, and there's a bunch of robots there. Okay, there's another power generator over there. And there's this guy? I'm just trying to work out what this boss exactly is doing. Scrap line. Oh, that looks ominous. Superior materials detected. Switching to high priority mode. Uh-oh. Oh, a full metal Faust. Is he getting is he doing stuff faster now? Is that what he's happening? What's happening? He's almost dead anyway. You got it. Have a vote, my fellow Dragoon. Fine work, old friend. Thanks to you, we have our way in. Stay where you are. We're coming. But first, now that you're clear, we best get that barrier back up before the big fellow gets restless. Wedge, ready the BBG-2 and reactivate the barrier on my mark. Mark. He gets his body parts back for every non-lava melted ad, and then you die. Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. The barrier was turned on with his head poking out. Haha. Nice. Excellent timing, Ishtola. Nubkeks has done it. We have a clear path into the heart of the beast. Good. 'Tis a relief to hear that at least one side of our operation proceeded according to plan. The same may not be said for the other. Our efforts to cut off the primal source of ether proved wholly ineffective. Quite why I cannot say, though I'm hopeful that one among us can. That means you. What, Mida? On the basis that she summoned the damn thing, you mean? I think you'd better explain. Like all primals, Alexander constantly draws ether from its surroundings, both to sustain itself and to gain in strength. Master Matoya and I believed we could disrupt, or at the very least inhibit, this process by means of Arcanima. By creating a vast impassable etheric membrane between the primal and the land from which it drinks, aye. Which is why the old witch had me place those infernal devices of hers in every nook and cranny of this place. Are you telling me they don't work? Yes. Yes and no. As far as we can tell, the Arcanima are functioning precisely as intended, and yet, for reasons we've been unable to ascertain, they've had no measurable effect on the primal. That's not good. Alright, out with it, Mida. If there's anything you haven't told us, we need to hear it now. We're running out of options. I fear it will not avail us, but very well. It all began with a curious encounter in my younger days. I was out playing on my own one day when a stranger appeared before me. He told me anything my heart wished for could be mine if I but heeded his words. Is it an Asian? No. In my youth, I did not fully comprehend what the man was proposing at the time. Nevertheless, his words seemed to burn themselves into my very soul. Reunite the scattered shards of the Enigma Codex, he said, and perform the sacred rite before the ruins that yet stand strong against the river's flow. He looks kind of like Urianger. Then and only then shall your hopes and dreams become reality. But he doesn't have like... With that, he handed me a relic, a horn with a tip of metal, which seemed so foreign as to hail from another world. It would serve as a catalyst for the summoning, he explained. A gift from your friend, Travanche. And then he was gone. Yeah, I don't think it is Urianger. I think it's just an Elysian, but yeah.
Travashe? I know the man. Our paths crossed during my time in Limsa, in the days before the calamity. I might have guessed that the Asians had a hand in this. Oh, he is an Asian. Ah. But without the Asian robes, huh? Interesting. The horn of which you speak was once rumored to reside on Seal Rock. It is a lost relic of the ancients with the power to manipulate the etheric energy in the very air around us. The Scions have long pursued the horn, fearing the devastation that might ensue were an artifact of such power to fall into the wrong hands? The wrong hands. Uh-huh. Finally, I do begin to see. If I have the right of it, Alexander's third core is using the horn to draw ether from far and wide. 'Tis little wonder our plan failed. Even without moving an ilm, the Primal possesses the means to drain not just this land of ether, but our very star. Oh, that character's a throwback to 1.0. Ah. Then our course is clear. If the old witch's magics won't avail us, we shall just have to get inside and dismantle the core the old-fashioned way. Indeed, and yet we must be wary. We have seen the course of time reversed once before. We may well see it again. Even should we succeed in destroying our target, there's naught to prevent the Illuminati from simply returning the stricken core to its previous state. If we take round rocks away, though, they can't. Aye, they're free to turn back the clock again and again, the primal growing stronger all the while. So what do we do then? We can't just give up. No, we press on. Lest we forget, controlling Alexander requires the Codex, and the Codex is but a useless piece of stone without the mind of the Gobby Girl. If we can rescue Round Rocks, Quick thinks we'll have no way to flip the hourglass. The Circle of Knowing once tasked me with recovering the horn, and 'twas through mine own negligence that Travashe acquired it. That it now endangers our world is my responsibility. Even were I not a scion, I should do all in my power to make amends. Whatever assistance I can offer, it is yours. Was this Stola in 1.0 then? Was she in 1.0 and this Travashe guy? As well? Then it begins. I'll send word to our friends in Idleshire. Biggs, Wedge, ready the Excelsior. Nubkeks, prepare for departure. Let Operation Rescue Round Rocks commence. Oh, I didn't know she was in 1.0. That's interesting. Huh, cool. All the all the Scions are ones you met in Realm Reborn. Well, I know from A Realm Reborn, but you met all the Scions in the original game, though, before Realm Reborn, like in 1.0? They were all there, too? Ah. Cool. And were they Scions, or were they just random people? They were the Circle of Knowing then, I believe. Okay. Schrodinger, the cat's called Schrodinger. Mew? Oh my god. Oh yeah, look at this. We can fly up to it now. Seven hells. Wasn't enough that those Illuminati lunatics had a bleeding time machine, was it? No, had to be a time machine with the power to destroy the whole bleeding world. I mean, I'm used to the future of Eorzea being at stake, but this is the future, past and present, all rolled into one. You have to get Round Rocks out of there before those gobbies can put any more of their crazy schemes in motion. Speaking of gobbies, have you talked to old Backrix lately? Turns out the kitten you met wasn't Shanoa after all, just a doppelganger. He's already taken the little furball back to the shortstop and given it a name, Schrodinger, or however you pronounce it. Anyway, best be heading back that way myself. See you there, Nubkeks. Backrix is right here, dude. Biggs and Wedge's excellent adventure. Ah! Ready to head back into the belly of the beast, Nubkeks? Alright, let's get this rescue mission off the ground. First, some good news. While the barrier was down, we were able to get our first good look inside Alexander's innards. Far as we can tell, Round Rocks is being held captive in what seems to be the central control chamber of the whole Colossus, called helpfully Central Control. As to how we reach it, do you remember when you infiltrated Midas, there was that cavernous room with a great dirty city in it? Aye, well, we spotted one of those floating platforms which goes back and forth between there and the place we need to get to. The quickest route is, to the city is straight through the giant's head. You'll go in through the hatch you opened for us last time, take care of any guards, and secure the platform I mentioned. Meanwhile, the chief and the others will be making their way to you via Midas, after setting out in advance to sweep the place for any nasty surprises. Once you've all rendezvoused, be time to storm the control room, while me and Wedge stage a little diversion. Got all that? Good, then let's crack some illuminati skulls.
Circle of Knowing, okay. The Scions came out of the circle. There's some talk from Infill. Okay. Circle was made by Louis Soir. Yeah. Scions of the Seventh Dawn is a group formed by the combination of the Circle of Knowing with the Path of the 12 following the 7th Umbral era. Oh, I see. Breath of the Creator. Let's go. Oh, look, he's mostly out. He's got his junk out. He's got his junk ready to go. Hey there. Beep. Got your eye. Oh. Nice. Sightseeing log. Fun. So were the Scions, did they actually do much then in 1.0? Or were they just mostly just sort of hanging out just there? Are these orchestrion rolls I've already got? Are they any good? I could probably just dump this, right? One copper ore, I can throw that away. I've learned it already. I don't know why I've got extra. The Breath of the Creator. Whee! I love these little roly bits. They're great fun. Alchemist can restore those rolls? Yeah, I need to do that. I need to get into crafting again at some point. You're taking a big old break from it. Was this going to drop off enemies? Ha! It is! How fun! Enemy delivery system engaged. That's a chunky gobby. Gobby Knight. Nice. What's he called? Lambrick Strike Box. Ooh, look at this arena. Oh my.
the things on the ground are lighting up. I wonder what that means. It's a diamond. Illuminati hand cannon. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. There's a gun here at the end as well. And a gun on this end, too. Bit ominous. He's casting trap. He hit the diamond. Oh god. Ow. And he hit that thing. Okay. Oh, it's brought down things from the sky. Okay. What is this? Steamroller? That sounds ominous. That sounds very ominous. I don't like the sound of that at all. Oh my. Oh, he's rolling forwards. Oh, we gotta kill it before it crushes us. I see. I see how it is. One of these things. Oh, I jumped into something. Oh god. Mama. I'm scared. I did an oopsie. I jumped the wrong way. Single charge. Gob rush, rush gob. That looks a bit spooky. Oh my. Seems like a good way to kill myself on Dragoon. That was a cool fight. I like that one. That was great fun. Be fun if you activated those environmental traps more often, though. You didn't do too many of those. Oh no! No! Oh, he's gone. Aw, rip. It's nice knowing you. I need this, and this, and this, and this. Oh, the old inventory, she's full. She's full. Oh, I've got a whole bunch of food. Okay, you know what? Let me eat some of this food. Critical hit, skill speed, delicious. We got these 1 food stacks. We definitely don't need those. Oh, players can activate the traps? Oh, really? Ha! Wow, okay, that would be hilarious. Excellent work, old friend. That platform's our shortcut to the heart of the machine. All seems quiet on our front too, so 7 Hells, we've got company. Ah, there you are, Catkex. We're met by a small welcoming party, but it was nothing we couldn't handle. Biggs and Wedge just contacted me as well. They're heading here as we speak. Round rocks. So this is the Enigma Codex.
Tell me, Yashola, what's your elf eyes see?
And that must be the third and final core. 12 have mercy, if you could see the volume of ether issuing from it. Yes, much swirly bright. Time wings can spread, travel to overtimes, make bad things good again. Could it be? Do we truly have the power to change the past? I could erase my mistakes. I could see him again. Three years ago, Mida lost Dear One. Mida wants Dear One back, yes? Roundrocks. Roundrocks helps Mida. Aw. Roundrocks, no, you must save your strength. Mida worries too much. Roundrocks is strong, Gobby. Uplanders, hold on to brain cases. Time wings, spread.
Are we gonna time travel? Oh, that's cool. Seven hells, has the girl gone mad? Stop this! Roundrocks! Stop, I say! Hold on to your brain cases, Jet. We're going back in time. Biggs? Where are we? Why is everything spinning? Biggs, Wedge, can you hear me? Roundrocks has engaged Alexander's time distortion mechanism. We're hurtling into the past. We're what? Oh my. Yeah, they were just waiting on the ledge on his head. Whoops. Mida with no scar. And her man. Biggs, over here. You're not going to believe this. What's Mida doing down there with those? Hold on. They're performing the summoning ritual. Bugger me, we really are in the past. What in the seven hells? Someone's taking control of the Colossus. Hold tight, I think it's about to go berserk. Uh-oh.
Damn it all, this isn't right. We must abort the summoning. Quickly, Mida, the seal. That's how he died. Dayan, no! Hey, Razlern. Oh, look, she's writing in her book. Aha! What is metal-making kitten doing? So that's when she sealed it. The thing exploded. She got her scar. That's how the kitten was there. See? And we traveled perhaps back in time to where we were. Oh, and that's where Baby Round Rocks was. Interesting. Ah, it all makes sense now. So it was like us traveling back in the time was something that actually happened in our future. It all connects. Dun dun dun. Twould seem we're back in our own time. Parter is made right, and we return to now times. Treasure hunters' friends die, as it is writ, as it must be. Uplanders serve quick things well today. Shh, Uplanders are not grasping meaning. Quick things breaks it into bitty pieces, fit in Uplanders' tiny brain cases. Time is flat round shape. All things Uplanders and Gobbies did, are doing and will do. Doings happen over and over and over. Again, again, for all times. So when Mida and her friends attempted to summon Alexander 3 years ago, what they actually saw was us traveling back in time. That's madness. Time is an endless circle. My failure, my pain, my suffering. It was all doomed to unfold like this from the very beginning. Let us away, quickly. And that's why when he was summoned the first time, that's why he was standing up. Mida must hurry. No, nothing remains for me out there. My future, my past, my reason for being, it all ended before it ever began. Mida! What's she planning to even do there? Just die, I guess. So where did Alexander come from then? If they didn't summon it, where did it come from? Am I liking the raid? Yeah, this raid's great. It's cool. And the story's getting really interesting now as well.
getting really interesting now as well.
Chief, you stole a round rocks. Gods, never been so bloody glad to see you. I thought we'd never make it back in one. Wait, where's Mida?
Mida stays behind in Giant of Whirlycogs, all because of Round Rocks. Round Rocks must go back to Giant of Whirlycogs. Save Mida.
You leave that to us, child. Wedge, get Jessie on that link pearl and tell her to bring the Excelsior around.
Jessie? Who's Jessie?
Though I don't care for the answer. We finally know the truth behind the events of that day 3 years past. The Illuminati masterminded the massacre, and, through some ungodly trick of time, 'twas us that brought them there to do the deed. What about Mida? Only thing keeping her going was the hope that her beau's soul lived on into machine, but seeing what happened to the poor bastard.
Aye, we witnessed the truth with our own eyes, sucked into the core of the Colossus to sate the primal's appetite. If aught remains of him, it is no more than heat and light. Damn. Biggs, Wedge, and Jessie. Yeah, exactly. From, the recurring character. But it's kind of random they just threw it in. Tell Jessie, like, we haven't met Jessie in this game yet. I guess, was this like a teaser of Jessie, or was she in some sort of side quest we didn't do?
Quick Thing says the future's already been writ, eh? That we're fighting a losing battle. Well, we've got a thing or two to say about that, don't we, Nubkeks? Round Rocks is safe with us, which means the Illuminati won't be turning back time on us anymore. And that's not all. Thanks to your efforts, we've got ourselves a straight path to the third and final core. Aye, the very heart of the Colossus. Put it out of action, the whole thing will grind to a halt. Let's go, Nubkeks. We'll show the Illuminati that the future's yet to be decided, and save Mida while we're at it.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Quest accepted. If I could just maybe clean out the old inventory a tiny bit before we go in here. I don't want to throw out leather. I could throw out a branch, would be fine. It's tin ore, that's not really worth anything. Electrum probably is. Durability draft. I mean, that seems fairly useless. Throw out the mushrooms. Yeah, I could throw away mushrooms. Got a bunch of stuff that's not that useful, like 1 beach lumber. Probably not really that useful. Now we have a few spots. Not a lot, but a few. Yak milk. Shop selling price. Okay. Alright, well, that will do for now. Right. Okay, almost done with Alexander then. Heart of the Creator. And I think there's one more after that. Straight in. Yeah, honestly, the cutscenes take as much time or more time than this thing. There's a level 50 quest in Revenant's Toll where you meet Jessie. It unlocks a feature for your Magitech armor mount. Oh, really? Ah. Oh, it's got a big old crystal. Can I make a summary of what I did in the last 2 hours? We basically just did Alexander raids. We've just been doing all of the Alexander raids so far. So it's been pretty crazy. We're like trying to shut down this robot. The robot's traveling back through time though. So the goblins knew it was going to happen, and I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, we've just been doing Alexander. Then after Alexander, of which we have 2 parts left, we're going to go and do, what's it called? Gonna go finish the main quest for Heavensward. Today you got all your crafting jobs to 70. Congratulations, that's awesome. Oh, we did a tiny bit of the quest to unlock the foundation. A tiny bit. Yo, it's a transformer. Wait, where did everyone go? I think this way. Whee! Cruise Chaser. Oh yeah, he is a storm mount. I remember everyone was flying this one when we got the polar bear. My. Ah! EDD. Hi, Ed. I think this song might be called Forward and Back. What is this? Am I supposed to not stand in that? Yes, that was indeed what I was supposed to not do. Hey, Pan. How you doing? Pan 83. What is that? Is he gonna shoot stuff out in those lines? No, it's just an explosion. Okay. What is this thing on the ground? A bomb. I should have guessed. It's a bomb, of course. Ow. Blast off. Transformation module. Transition to rapid fire mode. What's this? Active time maneuver. Haha! Hand 83, you just started playing this with the free trial. Awesome. Well, enjoy, my dude. This is a great game. Ready? Was that it? I had to press one button. I got it. Eternal darkness. That doesn't sound good. Oh, no one seems to care. Okay, never mind. Oh, I have to not stand in something. Everyone else is like, no, dude, we're just standing here. You're fine, dude. Where are you going, man? Limit cuts. Are we supposed to stand in this? Oh, hit this plasma shield. Okay. We got him. Blasty charge. Oh my. Oh god. Am I supposed to hide or something? Oh, he's dead. Okay. The first active time maneuver in the game. Yeah, yeah. Noise! Noise, noise. Yeah, it's a cool fight. It's a cool fight. We got to ride the 8-man version of the mount. It's not an 8-man version on the store. I guess you guys would have been telling me about it if it was. Okay. Oh, the theme title is Exponential Entropy. Oh, really? I think they missed an opportunity to call it Forward and Back. Outstanding, Nubkeks. Another Illuminati creation, reduced to scrap metal. I'll wager the mere sight of you is enough to send the gobby scurrying back to the drawing board. Man, this looks like frickin' the Heidelin crystal in the background. I guess not as big as that. There it is, the heart of the beast. Only now that I see it up close do I comprehend the true scale of the thing. Yo, Pand, this is just the end of the first expansion. There's 2 more expansions after this. To have reached this size in so short a space of time, the core must be taking an ether at a positively ungodly rate. I'd be willing to wager it can regrow itself faster than we could ever hope to chip away at it. Which means we'll need to change tack. Central control room houses everything required to operate the Colossus. It's not inconceivable that it might offer us a way to regulate or even shut off the flow of ether to the core. Of course, any attempt to control Alexander is doomed to fail without the guidance of the Enigma Codex, and there's only one person alive who can access its secrets. Yeah, this is part of the free trial, yeah, it is. Which is crazy to think. But Chief, do we really need to drag the poor girl back there? What if she falls into Illuminati hands again? What indeed? It's later in the game for me. True. True.
Uplanders waste their tongue flaps. Quick thinks has seen future, true future, and it ends badly for Uplanders. Very, very badly. Uplanders think they just lazy walk into central control? Quick thinks not. All passages are sealed, all floaty boards disabled. Only way left open is here, through core chamber, and when Uplander come next, it will be Uplander's end times. Quick thinks has seen it.
The fucking cat!
Psh, bad Shanoa.
Well, which? Is it me, or are you getting the feeling we've seen all this happen before? What's in the book? Oh, nice, Pan. What class did you start out with? Great thing is you can keep switching as well. It's great.
It is Watcher Book of Backrix. And look, writings end where Backrix leaves off, when Shanoa sends Watcher Book spinny falling from Backrix's fingers.
What the? You mean to say the book Quick Thinks has been reading from all this time is your journal? The same journal that slipped your hands when we traveled back in time? So that's how he was able to anticipate our every move. He's no prophet, just a gobby with delusions of grandeur and a diary from the future. So the glorious bleeding future he was always going on about, the one that was writ, was nothing but Backrix's record of the stuff we'd already seen? Oh my god.
Bugger me! I've just had a thought. Oi, cat, are you Schrodinger from the shortstop? Or are you Quick Thinks' familiar Shanoa? Twice for yeah, was it, Chief?
Back to the Alexander too.
I bleedin' knew it, she's both. After Schrodinger went tumbling down from the Colossus, don't ask me how she survived the drop. Quick Thinks found her, took her in and gave her a new name. It's like they're two cats, but also one at the same time.
Setting aside for the moment the question of whether or not that even makes sense, what possessed that confounded cat, whatever you want to call her, to do all this in the first place? I swear, all she's done is made a right old mess of everything. Now, Wedge. Taking out our frustrations on a mewling kitten won't get us any closer to dismantling the core. Getting back to the crux of the matter. Backricks. You said the journal ends right where you left off, yes? That it's nothing but blank pages from that point on. Do you hear that, everyone? Though Quick Thinks would have us believe otherwise, the future from here onward, that is still to be written, and I'll be damned if we won't be the ones to write it. That's right. Quick Thinks has no idea what's going to happen next. The advantage is ours. What is up with that cat, though? Why does the cat do this? Does he just like knocking people off? Is he just like knocking books off ledges or something? Is it that simple?
Future book is gone, but no matter. All knowings of true times are safe up here in Quick Thinks' brain case. Quick Thinks' chosen one, mender of history, truth is unchanging. True Times chose Quick Thinks to do their bidding. True Times send Shanoa into past, deliver to Quick Thinks knowings of future. True Times live inside, guiding all of Quick Thinks' doings. Every tongue flap, every busy deal, every brain spark of Quick Thinks brings world closer and closer to perfection. Guides illuminati to rightful places, rulers of new world order. True Times will not be unmade by ignorant uplanders. Quick Thinks needs no future book, no gobby girl. Quick Thinks needs nothing and no one but oneself. Future has chosen, and future chooses Quick Thinks. Yes, even now, power granted by True Time wells from Quick Thinks' fingertips. Power beyond understanding of Uplander's feeble brain cases. Alexander, Overwatcher of True Times, deliver divine judgment on ignorant Uplanders and crush them out of existence for all times.
Oh shit, he can use it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Quick Thinks has the power. Let me see if I've got this right. 3 years ago, the Quick Thinks of back then found a journal that the Backricks have now dropped, which was only possible because we travelled into the past, what with time being a circle and all that. So he had a look inside and, not knowing the truth of the matter, got it into his head he was some sort of prophet chosen to set history straight, and that Shanoa, who miraculously delivered the book to him, was a messenger from the future sent to show him the way. That's all well and good, but the question remains, why did that bloody cat start all this in the first place?
What could she possibly stand to gain from setting in motion this ridiculously convoluted series of events? Another answer found, another answer raised, eh, Catkeks? Eh, indeed. Exponential entropy roll. Ooh, fun. Nice. Do I have other rolls? Here? Might be the rugs and stuff? Probably the rugs. Rise. Alright, Catkeks, this is it. We still don't know exactly how we're going to disable the core, but we do know our only chance is to get it back to that central control room. We also know there's only one way in, and that Quicktinks isn't going to let us through without a fight. Now, we can be pretty sure he can't see the future, not anymore at least, and without round rocks to read the codex for him, he won't be turning back time on us either. But he's still a power-mad maniac with some of the deadliest machina in the realm at his disposal. After losing that book of his, I'd wager his trigger fingers feeling pretty bleeding itchy. Aye, we best be ready for a battle and a half. Muscle against metal, man against machine. Gods, I don't know whether to laugh, cry, or soil myself. Mayhap all three. Here comes the chief now. It's time to move out.
Since when do cats need a reason to sow mischief? True. So has he turned back time or not?
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time moves on. Imperfect past giving way to perfect future. Worthy or unworthy of place in New World Order, Alexander will judge.
Sounds friendly. Uh-oh. Oh my.
Yes, all is as Quicktinks foresees. Truth hammer of Alexander falls in Uplanders. Ignorant and unworthy are not welcome in Illuminati future. Here Uplanders meet their end times. What? Freeze time field is deactivated? No matter. Uplanders will be reduced to smolder dust. Fire!
Uh-oh. Big dodge. I love the anime. It shows it firing like 3 times or 4 times to really emphasize it. Amazing.
Seven health. Now that was a bit too close for comfort. Is everyone alright? A Colossus inside the Colossus? Look, I don't know what that thing was, but I'm pretty damn sure I know where it went. Or more accurately, when. If I'm not mistaken, what we're looking at is a localized distortion of time.
My beard looks good? Thank you.
The only question is when our metal friend will reappear. Better not to wait, lest it catch us unawares. Catkeks, I need you to head into the distortion and dismantle that thing. We'll secure a path to central control while you do. Good luck.
Someone was saying I need to jump into a portal during this fight, is it? For story? The soul of the creator. Alright. Ooh, it looks cool. Looks like this black ball. Okay. Roger, roger. Oh, I can eat another food and clear stuff out. Skill speed. There we go. Yummy. The soul of the creator. As the crystalline heart of the primal swells ever greater, its thirst for power unquenchable, your only hope lies in calling upon the knowledge of the Enigma Codex to cut off the flow of ether to the Colossus's core. So it is that you and your companions must make a final brave foray into the belly of the great steel beast. Yet your path will not be an easy one, for the Illuminati mastermind Quick Things has promised your next journey to the core will be your last. Who will be judged worthy of inheriting the future? Who will be cast aside as forgotten afterthought to history? Your final confrontation with the Illuminati is at hand. Bum, bum, bum. There are 4 balls and the DPS generally enter. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready to fight the Illuminati. It's a very cool looking ball. The soul of the creator. Big robot. Big ribbit. Mega holy? Nani? Ooh. Sacrament. That looks bad. Stand on the corner? Yes. Stand on the corner. Not even close. Mega Holy again. This just looks like it's raid damage to be healed. Blazing Scourge. Oops. Judgment is nigh. Life Surge, no! Aradeus' Lanner. Almost holy? Okay. The white mages have turned on us. Oh, hey! Oh, that's the ribbit! That's the ribbit! Oh, shit! Oh, hey there, buddy. Hey! Executing judgment protocols in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to divine judgment. Ow. Alexander Prime. Optimus Prime. Music though. They're rapping now. Hey, look at me. I'm balancing.
Ow. New metal boss now. I'm so waiting for these portals to appear. I had something on my head there. Ow. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, it's that a mark? Ah, okay. Don't stack with the mark. The time stop thing is crazy though, yeah. That's crazy. Mega holy. Where'd he go? Time gates. Ah, this is probably the thing, huh? This thing? I'm going in, boys. Hello. I could see this being really tough in Ultimate, yeah, for sure. This would be cool. Oh, Barry's here as well. Hey, Barry. Do you want that one? I'll take this one. What does it even do? Ooh, look, he's got a clock on his back. Oh, fun. Yeah, and the fight was happening in the background. Yeah, it's cool. Hey, Dinosaur Lex TV, thank you for raiding! Hello, everyone! We're in the middle of fighting Alexander. Oh, dear. And there's stuff on her head, which is not good. Sorry if I'm not paying too much attention to the raiders. Try not to die here. Summon Alexander. Oh my. Oh, he's bringing in the big boy. Oh, but he's still here. Oh, we can still fight this guy? Oh my. Oh my. Okay, and he's shooting lasers and everything now? Oh gosh. Oh, I don't want to be in this. I've got something on my head. That's bad. I think we won, though. Okay, this boss is so cool. Nice. Wow. That was ridiculous. This boss would be insane on Ultimate. I could just imagine. That's really cool. But just you're fighting a giant robot on the platform, then there's an even more gigantic robot in the background, like shooting lasers at you and freezing you in time. And wow, cool. Alexander complete. We did it. Alexander complete. Dinosaur Lex, you're new to this game. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You just started? Toy Alexander. Oh yeah, I need that. I need that, and that, and this. Basically, this is you hit level 65. Ah, cool. Yeah, me too. I'm level. I don't know what level I am. 63. I'm 63. I'm 63. Have you done the Alexander fight then? And even this arena is awesome.
Ah, you've not. Ah, yes. That was the end of the Alexander raid. That's the level 60 raid. It's good fun. Good fun. I roll 98 on the minion. Oh, go me. I knew I wanted. You're figuring out how to play? That's fair. That's fair. You did not disappoint, old friend. The path to the control room is clear. Everyone, follow me. The Epic of Alexander, is that what it's called? I've heard of that before. The Epic of Alexander is a harder version of the fight. Ooh. The flow of ether to the core must be stopped. Pray lend us your strength one more time, child. The Epic of Alexander is the ultimate. Ah. So there's the Ultimate Coils of Bahamut. There's the Epic of Alexander. And then there's one more. I think you guys said there's 3 ultimates. The third one's probably a Stormblood one. Is that right? The Epic of Alexander is a 19.5-minute boss gauntlet. Yeah. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. The Ultima Weapon. Oh, the Ultima Weapon is one as well? Cool.
Psh, when Quick Thinks winds back time, doings of Uplanders will be undone. History will be rewritten. Illuminati will rule over New World Order.
The Ultimate Weapon Ultimate. Ah.
If you think that you can take round rocks from us, you're welcome to try.
Maybe his Quick Thinks is round rocks.
Foolish Uplanders. Knowings of the Enigma Codex are not known to just one.
The cat loves it. He loves the shiny thing. Epic of Alexander is the hardest content to date. Ah, I see.
What in the damn thing's responding to him? Psh, Uplanders are slow-seeing. Quick Thinks never needed Gobby Girl from beginning.
When the final core is activated and Alexander fully awakens, its power will be such it could entirely consume any who sought to control it. You are too craven to risk your own life, until you had no choice. Ah.
Treasure Hunter. A treasure hunter is too slow coming. Future has chosen.
You poor deluded fool. You never did work it out, did you? The future doesn't choose us. We choose the future. Yo, she just murdered him. Damn. Now, child. She just shot that guy in the back of the head. It's super effective. It's yes. Oh my goodness. She doesn't mess around. You can say that again. Holy crap. The future is what we make it. Terminator plotline. Yeah, I feel like this referenced like so many movies are referenced in this, just this one raid series. It's been great fun. So, the knowledge in the Enigma Codex allowed you to disable the core. Power stores are depleting rapidly. Without a steady supply of ether, it's only a matter of time before the whole thing grinds to a halt and fades away.
Roundrox is glad to see Treasure Hunter safe, but how is Treasure Hunter sneaky hiding from Illuminati?
I don't know. There was a great shaking, and I was thrown from my feet into some dark, cramped place. I must have lost consciousness, because I don't remember anything until a few moments ago. That's convenient. How does it compare to coils? I thought this was much better than coils. Much better. Sounds to me like you had a nice nap in a rubbish chute. But what matters is that you're safe. With that, I think we can declare this operation a success. I guess it's hard to compare in the sense that we did the coils unsynced, so we really didn't get a feel of the boss mechanics. But I felt this one had a lot of interesting bosses, interesting fights, with cool new mechanics and stuff going on. It's pretty spectacular. Shouldn't be watching this. Spoilers. Kind of. Yeah. Okay, and we're done here then, right? Bam, that's it. To remember nothing. It was as if I was floating in a vast dark emptiness, and yet I was not afraid. For it was as if a great presence surrounding me in every direction was watching over me, its eyes gentle. Roundrox is so happy that Mida is safe. Roundrox has so many treasures to show Mida back at Shortstop. Yeah, this is just the raid series, so it's like an entirely self-contained story, basically. Poor Mida. The lost truly believed her beloved was alive somewhere inside that steel beast. Can't imagine how she's feeling now. I wonder if he was alive in there somewhere and that's what kept her safe? I don't know. The chief says the advanced calculating device inside the Colossus, Alexander's brain if you will, is still running on auxiliary power. See that glowing device red over there? There are ones just like it installed all over the place. In that sense, I suppose it's like the entire Colossus is one giant brain. If Alexander puts its full mind to something, why, I bet it could conceive of things beyond our mortal comprehension. Cool. Hello, cat. Meow. Warp 5, engage! No? No? Okay. I tried. I feel the presence of the horn beneath us. It and the core have become as one, forming an instrument of unbridled destruction. If we do not stop the core now, it will soon grow beyond the ability of anyone to contain. It's little wonder our foe was loath to reach out to it with his own hand. Quick thinks has some tricks up his sleeve right to the end, eh? With Roundrox, we saw the Codex grant its knowledge to a child with a pure, innocent belief in its ideals. Seeing Quick Thinks do the same would seem that crazed obsession is a suitable substitute. Not that it availed him much in the end. Yeah, bullet to the brain. That will do you in. Alright, so I assume there's going to be a final cutscene here. Then we're going to go finish up the main quest for Heavensward. And then we'll check out the Warring Triad trials after that. 'Twould seem our work here is done. Let us take our leave. Meow. Mystery cat. Oh my god. Damn it all, didn't we kill that bastard? Is he a robot? Negative. Quick Thinks better built own body. Made stronger than ordinary gobby. Quick Thinks is not unmade by simple flesh wound. Better built? Seven hells, that's not a mask. It's his face. He's more machina than goblin. Oh dear. This is not the end? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. O Alexander, Lord of Steel and Whirlycogs, outspread wings of time, let ignorant and unworthy feel divine judgment. Oh dear. The Codex responds. He means to return to the past.
Access denied? What means this?
This red glow. Alexander is refusing to obey his commands?
Oh, you just got Harry Pottered, son. Alexander, junk brain machine, quick thinks is chosen one. Junk flux of quick thinks must be obeyed.
Oh, you gone done it now, quick thinks. Mida exonerated of murder. Hooray. It would seem Alexander has achieved what a simple flesh wound could not. Quick thinks is permanent deactivation. Quite how and why is less clear. If I didn't know better, I would say the machine had a mind of its own. Meow. Dayan? My love, could it truly be you? You were in there all this time, weren't you? Watching over me, keeping me safe. Through the power of love. Ah. Did it just blink twice? Bugger me, the machine's actually talking to her. So his soul really was in the primal all this time. Chief, is that even possible? The cat then pushes her into that hole behind her and she dies. The core. Without the codex to bridle its power, it rages out of control. It drinks in ether like no primal I've ever known. We must stop it now, lest Eorzea be bled dry. Finally I see. This is why you summoned me to this place, isn't it, my love? So is he also the cat? With the whole blink twice, nod twice thing? Oh, she dead. Goodbye. It's like, yes, the child nodded. I thank you for guiding me here, Catkeks and Roundrocks. Know that I still always treasure the time we shared. Farewell, my friends. Mida, no! Mida must not go! How does her falling in disable the core? Like, how does that work? Surely that would just feed the core a tiny bit more. Magic, I guess. My friends, leave this place. Leave now. Fear not, Alexander will trouble you no longer. Crumbs in the gears, I guess. Magic crumbs in the magic gears? Oh! 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 My love, what is this place? Oh. How best to put it? We stand inside a mathematical simulation, calculated and projected by the device at the heart of the Colossus. One might equally say it is the dream that Alexander dreams. This is just like the Crystal of Light stuff, though. What of our companions? Are they? Their fate was not mine to change, Mida. All that came to pass did so for a reason. History is as it was, as it should be, free of the paradoxes that spelled its undoing. From this place, unfettered by the mortal construct of time, Alexander looks out upon the past, present, and future, seeing infinite possibilities. I see what it sees and feel what it feels. This perfect machine, born from yearnings for an ideal world. Oh, if you could see the worlds we have seen, a world in which the Illuminati rule history with an iron fist, every nation brought under their yoke. A world in which Alexander spread wide the wings of time and swept the lesser moon from the heavens, averting the calamity. Ooh. Alexander dreamed all the realities imaginable, all the realities mathematically computable. In the end, reached a single logical conclusion: it would change nothing and erase itself from existence. But why? Alexander possesses the power to travel through time and space and reshape history for the better, but such power comes at great cost. The sheer quantity of ether consumed in the process means that Alexander itself would, mayhap not immediately, but inevitably, bring ruin to this world. This perfect machine, this supreme manifestation of logic and science, deemed its own existence a threat. And so it chose to do nothing, to leave history untouched and the future in the hands of man with all his imperfections. Such was Alexander's divine judgment. A time will come when the fate of this world is placed in the hands of one warrior. For reasons hidden to me, the future from that day forth remains shrouded in mystery, beyond even the Colossus's ability to calculate. And yet, Alexander chose to believe in that woman, and the light within her. I met that woman, my love. I believe in her too. There was but a single time Alexander was spurred to action, not to change history, but to preserve it. The summoning of the Colossus and the events that followed had potentially disastrous consequences for our reality, its fabric strained to accommodate an infinite number of potential futures, separated by nary a thread. Were the wings of time to fall into hands of the Illuminati, the repercussions would be dire indeed. History would be rewritten over and over again, each time bleeding the land of ether. In the end, the Colossus would usher in another calamity. To prevent this tragedy, to preserve the circle of time as it had already been set in motion, Alexander sent forth a humble servant to do its bidding. The cat. He sent a cat. Oh my god, he actually sent a cat. A clockwork coil. An eternal child to gently nudge history back onto its proper path. It's a robo-cat! Oh my god. And now but one task remains. Having become one with the horn, the core is well nigh indestructible. It would only regrow itself until it bled the world dry. So we must heed Alexander's wish and seal it away, far from the reach of man. A closed pocket of space-time, a fraction of an instant that will repeat in perpetuity for all eternity. That is where the core must go, and us with it. Don't you see, my love? We are already there. In coming here to you, I've closed the circle of time. I am all but certain of it. When I accepted the horn all those years ago, the man who gave it to me said I had the power to grant any wish. And so, as I took it in hand, I prayed and prayed with every ounce of my will for the one true desire in my heart. A lifetime supply of ice cream. To be with you forever. It's like, what the fuck, Mita? This is all your fault? For fuck's sake! We were on a break, Mita.
Round Rocks is back in Idleshire with the chief. Everyone's safe and sound, except for Mida, that is. Poor lass always had a flair for the dramatic. To think she'd throw herself into the core. It's odd, though. I could have sworn I heard her voice in there, saying the Colossus would trouble us no more, or something of the sort. And for what it's worth, it has been sleeping like a baby ever since we got out. And that's not the half of it. Take a closer look inside the barrier, Nubkeks. It's like time is standing still. Ooh. Buggered if I know what it all means. I'd like to believe Mida and her love somehow sealed away the core for us. Softens the blow a bit, you know. Rise Orchestrion roll. Can't use that. Toy Alexander. I can summon the Toy Alexander. Where is he? At first dismissed as a quaint oddity, it has recently been discovered that the Illuminati used this fully functioning replica of the Primal Alexander to educate young goblins in the fields of metallurgy and engineering. Oh. From what I understand, this Alexander was active for no more than a few seconds. Hey, little Alexander. Look at you. Oh, he has 4 legs. Ah. Jeez, some Lily cruising up in the car. Sins of the Father, sins of the Son. Locust, metal brute justice mode. Ooh, I'm not sure how we managed it. I'm just happy to be out of that godforsaken place in one piece. Of course, it's a damn shame what happened to Mida. Hold on a moment, Nubkeks. She's what? Aye, aye, Chief, leave it to us. Yeah, I need more space in my inventory, I know. Bloody hell, Nubkeks, Round Rocks has gone missing. I've been worried sick about the poor lass ever since we got back. I mean, how would you feel if you saw your best friend throw herself into a running engine? I'll wager she's run off somewhere the two of them used to frequent together. Wedge and I'll have a look around here. Why don't you search the collector's quarter? Come on, let's find her before she gets herself into any more trouble. Alright, one sec. Let me dump something for my. Let me eat a flow guard and a delicious spaghetti carbonara as well. Now we've got 4 spaces. Wahoo! Nubkeks away! Yeah, let me go have a look at this thing first, though. That's cool. So it's all like super frozen in time. Boop. A really cool thing to know about the sign of the area, all of the bits of Alexander outside the bubble had rock formations before he actually comes out of the bubble. All of the bits of Alexander outside the bubble had rock formations before he came out of the bubble. What do you mean? Wait, is Round Rocks gonna jump off the bridge? Don't do it, Round Rocks. Don't do it. Oh, it's your Uplander. Why does Uplander come to this place? Round Rocks is sorry for worrying Uplanders. Round Rocks just wants to go to quiet place and do some back thinking. Running out of giant of whirlycogs, Round Rocks feels something rattling in pocket. So Round Rocks reaches in and cannot believe what she finds. Rattling thing is glowstone, Round Rocks' favourite treasure. But it is dark. Even with many tryings, glowstone does not glow for Round Rocks. Not anymore. There you are, child. We're worried sick about you. What's that, Nubkeks? Says Artemis. The Codex no longer responds to her touch. Intriguing, if not entirely surprising. Were I to guess, I would hazard that's because this experience has served to open her eyes. Ah. She's changed. The Enigma Codex was born from one man's all-consuming pursuit of perfection, its knowledge sealed off from any who harbored even a sliver of doubt as to the merits of the ideals it espoused. And now she knows that it's a bad idea. Quick thinks, Mida in her youth, Round Rocks, though their reasons might differ, arrogance, youthful idealism, childish innocence, none thought to question the words within, and so the Codex opened itself to them. But now Round Rocks has seen with her own eyes what blind devotion to ideals can bring. And she is not the naive child she was before. Aye, it's all well and good to dream of building something perfect, but sooner or later you have to stop dreaming and start doing, hammering it together by your own hand, with your own blood, sweat and tears. In so doing, you're forced to confront your own failings, and deal with your frustration at the world's unfortunate habit of falling below expectations. Hells, there may come a time when you just want to tear the whole bloody thing apart and start again. But more often than not, you emerge from it all with something you can hold on to and carry with you into the future, and that will do a damn sight more for you than any starry-eyed ideal. Shh, Round Rocks understands. Round Rocks will collect more and more junk, build city of great treasures with own hands. Round Rocks has just one wish. Not glowing glowstone is piece of Mida's dream. Round Rocks would give back to Mida. A noble wish, child. Would that we could grant it. But I fear the steel giant, and all that lies within that barrier, is far beyond the reach of mortal hands. Frozen in a single moment until the end of time. That's a fate I'd not wish on anyone. Mew. The cat. Well, look who it is. You have a real knack for turning up underfoot, don't you? I am reminded of the apparent ease with which this little coral seems to slip in and out of the Colossus. Were it not for the small matter of time having stopped in there, I'd send her in with Round Rocks' glowstone without a moment's hesitation. Mew mew. Yes. 2 mews. Might that suggest a willingness to try? Mew mew. Giving a stone to a cat in hopes of delivering it to 2 souls trapped in time. Now I think we've seen everything. Do you think those 2 will ever be free of that place? No. Mayhap one day, when the perfect future they sought to bring about becomes a reality. In that sense, one might even say their fate is in our hands. Leave to Round Rocks. Round Rocks works hard. Builds sparkly, shining future for Mida. As shall we, child. And with that, Nubkeks, we must take our leave. For all you have done to stave off yet another primal threat, you have our gratitude. I contacted Biggs and Wedge to let them know that they can call off the search. Needless to say, they were relieved to hear that Round Rocks is safe. There was also a matter they were looking to discuss with you. They said they'd be waiting for you back at the shortstop. If you'll be returning to the shortstop, I would ask a small favour of you as well. Pray deliver this volume to Backrix, and tell him I believe it is that which he seeks. Till next we meet, Nubkeks.
Yeah, man, this raid was fantastic. I really enjoyed this story. This was a great story. Approximately 1 billion times better than the Alliance raid story of this expansion. Oh man, this was great. I really liked this. Mida and Round Rocks. Gonna hang out with like Sid and Ishtola. Quick Thinks was a great villain as well. Really interesting. Like fun and quirky and all the timey-wimey stuff going on in a fun way. They did great stuff. And the fights were super cool and the music was awesome as well. Now Roundrocks is safe at shortstop and Backrix is easy breathing. Uplanders have thanks at Backrix. Uplanders bring present for Backrix? And the cat, how could we forget? This is a quite ancient weathered manuscript. This is Charlayan legend book from Ishtola. Backrix has waited for legend book for a long time. Backrix has been reading about many things. About Enigma Codex and blue-haired Uplander that writes it. Maybe these knowings will save Gobbyflock from Giant of Whirlycogs, thinks Backrix. Now Giant of Whirlycog sleeps and Gobbyflock is safe. But still, Backrix would fill Braincase with knowings. Fill pages of Watcher Book with data. Let Backrix see. Yes, it's just as Backrix. Shh! Are Backrix's eyes playing tricks on him? Oi, you feeling alright there? You look like you've seen a ghost. Page tells fairy legend of Hotgo tribe, uplanders of blue hair. Many years in old times, 2 children, boy and girl, outstep from belly of great steel giant. 2 children grow to man and woman, becoming father and mother of great people of Hotgo. Oh. Names of 2 are Dayan and Mida. Look at hand drawing. Even faces are same looking. Ye gods, if that's our Mida and Dayan, why that means that one day they'll be freed from their fate and reborn far in the past. Wow. So after searching for near an eternity, they finally found the perfect world they're searching for. Maybe just a fairy tale, but I for one would like to believe it. Ooh, the Warring Triad story's even better than Alexander? Ooh. And fairy legend goes on. 2 children step out of steel giant holding small stone. Stone is dark when sitting on ground, but hold stone in hand and shiny lights. Glowstone of Round Rocks. Let me see if I have this straight. The codex fragment you gave to that Kurl a few moments ago now features in a legend from ages past. That can't be possible, can it? Timey-wimey stuff, Wedge. Don't think about it too hard. Oh, there's the cat up there. Cheeky. At this point, I'm about ready to believe bleeding anything. But that reminds me, there was something I wanted to ask you, Catkex. Remember when we went into the core and almost got our arses fried by that Colossus inside a Colossus? Well, I felt the strangest sensation then, a feeling that chilled me to the bone, as if something terrible had happened I couldn't for the life of me remember. I felt it too, so tell us, did you see anything when you were going in and out of time? Do you have any idea what happened to us while Quick Thinks was spinning the hands of the clock? Was this something I was supposed to see in the fight? I'm afraid I do. You're afraid you do? Well, that's not ominous in the least. On second thought, how about you don't tell us? Thank you very much. What was I supposed to have seen? You'll get no arguments from me. There's some secrets better left secret. And from the look on Catkek's face, I reckon this is one of them. I obviously missed something during that fight. Oops. Anyway, seems this long and thoroughly mind-boggling battle of ours has finally come to an end. Of course, still plenty of work to be done. Now that Quick Thinks is out of the picture, I've got high hopes that Round Rocks and her friends will one day build their shining kingdom of rubbish and refuse. Speaking of work, we better get back to it before the chief catches us chattering. Always a pleasure, Catkex. Till next time. Oh, you guys have no idea? Okay. Maybe it's like you're not actually supposed to know. Alright, complete. There's the cat. He's just looking. He's just looking. That was super badass. 0 slots remain in inventory. That's how I roll. Oh, Alexander Cup of the Sun. Dungeon level 50. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Whew. Jeez, that was a roll. Okay, I can sell others. Okay. Are you guys fighting stuff in the background? Alright, tidings from Tyr Gear Abanathia. Let's frickin' go. I'm gonna take a break. Okay, I'm gonna go to the toilet, probably maybe make a cup of tea. So I'll take like a 5-minute break. And maybe I'll even split the video for YouTube as well. Yeah, I think I'll split it for YouTube. I think that makes sense. And then when we come back, we'll do some of the MSQ here. Hopefully finish up. We have to, how long will it take to finish this up? So 5.5, or sorry, not 5.5, 3.5. How long will that take, roughly? We have like 3 hours maximum, like an hard maximum. 2 to 3 hours. If it's gonna take more than 3 hours, we could just do Warring Triad instead, or at least some of Warring Triad. Probably time only for the MSQ. Okay, well, we'll figure it out when I'm back from the toilet. You guys can think about it as well. All right, I will be right back. And yeah, okay, MSQ. We'll do some MSQ then. So I'll be back in a few minutes. See you in a minute.